Hello, everyone. My name is John Brennan, president here at MOA Vacations. Thank you for joining us today. We're joined today by our good friend Andrew from Regent Seven Seas Cruises. Andrew and I do one of these every quarter. So you'd hope that we're good by now, right? So anyway, before we get started, a couple of things for those who have not been to a webinar before. We are recording this. Later today, you will get an email that will include a link to view this webinar again if you would like. Since we started right at the top of the hour, I always just give people kind of a little hint. If Andrew or I say anything that you want to revisit, if you just kind of look at your watch or your clock or whatever, your phone, look at the time rather than having to watch the entire what will be about an hour long webinar. If, let's say, Andrew says something 35 minutes in, you can just fast forward to that part. I'm going to talk about this again little bit later, but everything we do at MOA Vacations is for MOA members and your guests. You can bring as many friends and family members as you'd like on any of the trips we talk about today. If you do, they will receive all the MOA discounts. They receive all the MOA free amenities and everything else. So if your cruise vacation would be more enjoyable, if some friends and family joined you, please feel free to share with them this video, as well as when we send out the email with the link to this video, we will once again include a link. We do have a MOA/Regent Seven Seas website where a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about today is there, including the list of all of the MOA exclusive discounted cruises. So absolutely bring along anybody you'd like. Before I turn it over to Andrew, I just like real quickly, this slide right here shows the four things we kind of talk about that kind of make us unique or different from other travel agencies. We always talk about our service. The reason we are MOA's affinity partner for travel is because of the level of service that we provide. The easiest way to sum it up is in the fact that we provide travel on a satisfaction guaranteed basis, which means if you have any problem, concern, issue, either before or during your cruise, you reach out to us. Your cruise consultant will transfer you to, in almost all cases, myself. So I will personally work with, if it's a region issue, Andrew, or whatever cruise or tour company it is. I have contacts at all of them, so we try to get the matter resolved to your satisfaction within 48 hours of notification. On the rare instances where I might not be available, rather than making you wait till I return, MOA's Vice President, MOA Vacations Vice President Mike Tyrell will assist you. So you immediately go to either myself or Mike to make sure that we get it not only resolved to your satisfaction, but we get it resolved to your satisfaction very quickly. We do guarantee the lowest price. We are going to talk about instances today where we actually have discounts that are lower than the prices that are available from Regent or other cruise lines. For those of you who've traveled a lot, you always see, things coming out with cruise discounts. And, I mean, there are literally companies out there that have been promoting 2-for-1 fares, free airfare for decades. If it's a price that you can get anywhere, we don't really consider that discounts. We're talking about true discounts that if you contacted Regent or you contacted your local travel agency and got a price from them, these are prices lower than those companies have access to, or those entities have access to. So they are true discounts. Free amenities, we're going to talk about this. All of our preferred partners in the industry, anyone you see us advertise or do webinars with are going to be a preferred partner. And part of being a preferred partner is in recognition of your past and continued service. They have to offer a MOA exclusive amenity. Regent's one of the best. They offer a $250 shipboard credit that is going to be per suite, so $125 per person on any sale. And that is a minimum. Sometimes we have promotions, like we have a MOA group departure or something out where that onboard credit will be more than $250, but you will always receive at least a $250 onboard credit. And that's in addition to the guaranteed lowest price. And then finally, group opportunities. If you and your friends wanted to put together a group or do like a multi-generational trip where it's grandparents, parents, and kids go together, or your local chapter or your state COC wants to put something together, we can absolutely put together a group departure for you. There will be additional savings on that. And of course, who doesn't like to travel with a group of like-minded individuals? So that's kind of really quickly, kind of what MOA does. I know the majority of the people have been on a webinar before, so I don't want to talk too much about it. But if you ever have any questions about MOA vacations and what we do and what we offer that's above and beyond what other travel agencies offer, feel free to reach out to me either by phone or email. I could talk for hours about everything we do. I'm so proud of the team that I have put together and the job that we do. So, but everybody came today not to hear me talk, but to listen to Andrew talk about Regent. So, Andrew, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thanks, John. Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Andrew Bruni. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing for Regent Seven Seas Cruises. And for those of you who joined us today, we're going to kind of go over the product as a refresher. But for those of you who are new to the product and the brand, this will be a really great oversight of what we're able to offer, how we work with MOA and the MOA members, and then also I would like to say that we definitely appreciate your service, everything that you do for our country, have done for our country, and we love our veterans, so we definitely appreciate that. As I go into the webinar today, I am going to turn my camera off so you can see it in its entirety. But if I am here, and obviously if there's any questions, John has the Q&A on the background. So a little bit more about Regent Seven Seas Cruises. We are an all-inclusive, ultra-luxury small ship product. Everything from your tours to your gratuities. We get into these wonderful boutique ports because of the size of our ships. If you were to set us up against any of the other competition out in the luxury segment or shoreside or at sea, we are the most inclusive product out there. It's all about the trust in travel. There isn't a reason to compromise when it comes to Regent Seven Seas Cruises, and we offer that all within an incredible value. Another thing about Regent is we like to share your unforgettable moments. We love to be in the moment that it's your retirement, it's your anniversary, it's your honeymoon. We want to go out and go above and beyond to make that particular situation spectacular above the memory that you're already making in the moment. We would just love to be a part of that. So if you are celebrating any of your honeymoons, anniversaries, retirements, promotions, whatever that moment is, we would love to share it with you. Another thing is we are the perfectly sized ships. I mean, if you were to, see this picture here, the arrow is pointing down at the Seven Seas Voyager, which is one of our classic vessels. It's not even our smallest ship in the fleet. It has 700 passengers on board. But I actually just got back from Alaska last night on board Explorer, which is actually a little bit bigger than the Voyager, but it would still be shadowed by these other vessels in port here. And we were in port with a princess ship, and we're walking on and off. There's no lines. It's an ease of vacation when it comes to Regent Seven Seas Cruises. We were able to stay in port until 11 o'clock at night at a lot of these destinations, and we were watching the other contemporary products and premium brands leaving early, having lines to get on board the ship. So it's just those jeepers, seeing it in person allows us to really solidify what we're saying here on these webinars. So it was really great to see actually what we represent for Regent Seven Seas Cruises and the other brands. What really sets us apart is our unrivaled at sea. That is our promise. If you were to see the House of Regent, the roof that covers all is that promise of our unrivaled at sea. The experience that you're going to have, the above and beyond that we're going to do to be attentive to your wants, your needs, specifically to you as a guest. Generically, we can cover all of those things as well, but in general, we narrow it down to the guest's specific needs and wants. The pillars that hold that house up are immersive exploration, heartfelt hospitality, luxurious space, and Epicurean perfection. And then the foundation of this home is the most inclusive luxury experience. Again, if you were to stack us up against anything in the market, we are the most luxurious experience out there. Starting off with immersive exploration, we offer an array of options to immerse yourself into these destinations, whether it be all of our included shore excursions, which are anywhere from 70 to 80%, depending on the destination. Our pre and post land programs, where you can go inland pre or post cruise and see some of those off the beaten path destinations that we're not able to offer, going sailing into some of these destinations. And then our overnights in port, the ability to stay overnight, experience the nightlife in these destinations, watch the street lights come on, the locals unwind, the other cruise ships leave the destination, and where you can immerse yourself into these particular ports. On top of that, we also offer mid cruise overland programs that allow you to again go inland to see these destinations. As you can see from this slide here, the options are endless. Starting with those free tours, we also offer tours that have a cost associated with them because they have some type of specialty or exclusive item for Regent Seven Seas cruises. For example, a helicopter tour in Alaska or a behind the scenes tour of the Vatican. We also have small group tours that mirror our complimentary tours that maximize the guest count at 16 guests. So this really gives you an opportunity to dive into that particular tour with a one-on-one conversation with the tour guide, keeps the group small. That way, you're not traveling with 40 to 50 guests on them. The Go Local tours are great for individuals who have been in these destinations before, want to go off the beaten path into a family-owned vineyard or farm and see how their operation works. Again, exclusive to Regent. And if we don't offer something that in the destination that you want to see, we can customize that from the ground up with our executive collections and bespoke arrangements. So, you can come to us and we can go out and do a 4, 6, 8 hour tour, all depending on the time that we have in this particular port, but take you into, again, those off the beaten path areas that we may not offer within our tour collection. Again, if it is something that we even offer in our list, you can also ask us to customize that and create a private tour around that, mirroring that particular excursion, but just for you and your travel companions. I mentioned pre-cruise overlands, pre and post-cruise hotel programs. I didn't mention land programs, but these are really great. In our concierge and above, we offer a one-night pre-hotel to give you a little bit of a buffer period to get into the destination. If there's something that was a hiccup with your flights, etc., that gives you more time. But also, if everything goes streamlined and is perfect, it gives you the opportunity to explore embarkation port, which is a destination within itself. Who wants to go to Rome or to Barcelona and not enjoy the cuisine and the wine while you're in those destinations? And then we also travel to 350 UNESCO World Heritage sites. So if you are into history and checking those boxes, we are able to offer that for you as well. Immersive exploration does not stop when you step on board the ship. We actually have enhanced itineraries that are tailored to particular themes that we do incredible activities around. So here's some examples: culinary, winemaking, journalism, genealogy, filmmaking, Broadway. A few others that we're offering in 2025. We have an F1 spotlight. We are partner with the Armico Aston Martin F1 team. So they're bringing Pedro de la Rosa on board in July. And we also are partnered with Annika Sorenstam, who, again, is arguably the #1 women's PGA player on the planet. And she's doing a golf spotlight on Grandeur in June. So these are very, incredible experiences with a lot of onboard cocktail parties, performances, wine tastings, meet and greets. With the golf spotlight, for example, we're doing a ton of shoreside activities that are obviously rounds of golf and some of the UK's most spectacular golf courses. So this is just, if you have interests in any of these types of items, we're bringing experts in their field on board to do special presentations and things as well. So we also, not only take you into these destinations to immerse you with the culture, we want you to leave with knowledge of the current state of that destination and where it came from and the history and everything about it. So next we have heartfelt hospitality. This is absolutely the heart of Regent Seven Seas Cruises. It is our crew on board our ships, that initial shoreside experience that you have with your travel advisor and them calling into our reservation staff and working through that process all the way until you debark the ship. I mean, they are attentive. They go above and beyond. We have a high retention rate when it comes to our crew on board. I was actually, again, just on board Explorer, and I was working with some of the staff in our main dining space, which is Compass Rose. And I was just asking them how long they've been with Regent, and probably, 5 of the 7 that I asked were over 20 years. So it just kind of gives you an idea of what it feels like to be a part of the family, and they go above and beyond. They learn your likes, they learn your dislikes, your preferences, and then again, they tailor the service experience to you and make it personalized. Next, we have Epicurean Perfection. This is all of our restaurant venues on board. We offer an array of different venues throughout the fleet. We do culinary classes on board the ship. We do incredible culinary tours, which we'll get here in a moment with a short video. But this is, there's 7 different venues to eat at throughout the fleet. We source all of the procurement for our restaurants, from the finest ingredients from around the world. I mean, it's absolutely, I mean, again, just getting off Explorer, you're going to hear a lot about my trip this webinar, but the food was absolutely spectacular. I mean, it was every restaurant I had. I didn't have a bad thing in any one. The pool grill was amazing. Again, we're making made to order burgers and different types of things up on the pool grill, and everything came out hot. Everything came out perfect. I cannot stress enough how amazing the food was on board. To kind of touch base on the Epicurean gourmet tours, I do have a short video with an explanation from our manager of the culinary department, Chef Kelly, and she'll kind of take a deeper dive into what those are.
My name's Catherine Kelly, and I am the founder and the manager of our culinary arts program. So the way the Epicurean Explorer tours work is the guests assemble in the culinary arts kitchen in the morning with the chef instructor who explains what we're going to do today, where we're going to go, and the sequence of the day. We venture off the ship. Sometimes we go to a market, sometimes we go to a farm, sometimes we go to meet a local host who may be an artisanal producer. So, for example, when we go to the spice farm in Belize, we're met by our hosts, the owners. We get on a tractor and a trolley and we ride through the spice farm where they pick off various spices, flowers, and ingredients and share those with the guests as we are wandering our way through the spice farm. Our hosts are such an important part of our tour. They love greeting our guests, sharing their farms, their local cultures, their family traditions, their favorite recipes. After our visit with our local hosts, we'll come back to the ship. Sometimes we have a cooking class where, for example, for Belize, we experimented with all kinds of different spices and things that we harvested there at the farm. Our guests always enjoy this intimate, chef-led experience. They make friends amongst themselves in this small group. They love hanging out with the chef and learning new things. So come taste the world with us.
Wonderful. So with that culinary arts kitchen that we offer, it is available outside of our tours also. So some of the Epicurean Explorer tours, as she mentioned, will lead you back into that culinary arts kitchen. But it is available just to do a class without doing a tour as well. So if you are a self-proclaimed chef or a foodie, in any form, these classes are spectacular. We did one a couple years ago. We were sailing into Tallinn, Estonia. The old walls in the background. We're doing this incredible brunch class. The chef was funny and outgoing and kept our attention. It's a couple of the 2 hours that we talk about the most from our cruise to the Baltic. So I definitely highly recommend doing that. Getting into our evening dining options, as I mentioned, we have 7 different venues throughout the fleet. Setamari is our Italian venue. It's absolutely amazing with southern Italian seafood, moving into the northern red sauces and veal chops and all the fantastic Italian cuisine that you would expect. Chartreuse is our French venue with French wines from the French wine producing regions. every form of foie gras that you can think of, the escargot, the seared duck, everything that you would expect from a classic French cuisine is there, and it's absolutely amazing. If you go and you're on board soon, or you're planning on going with us, the mushroom soup is a must-have. La Veranda is our breakfast and lunch buffet. And then it turns into the Italian venue in the evening. Pacific Rim is a fantastic Pan-Asian restaurant with flavors from all over the Asian markets, from Japan to Taiwan. It also kind of mixes some flares in from the Indian region, so it's an absolutely stunning venue. Prime 7 is our USDA Prime Steakhouse, everything from a 6-ounce filet to a 32-ounce porterhouse, large lobster tails, all the surf and turf options, crab cake. I mean, so this is fresh in my mind. I actually just had this venue 2 days ago, and I had the 8-ounce filet, and it was melt in your mouth delicious. The cream spinach was absolutely amazing. Again, classic steakhouse cuisine, completely these steaks we age for 50 days, so it kind of gives you an idea of the tenderness, and it's a spectacular venue. Pacific Rim, Prime 7, and Chartreuse all do require restaurant reservations, but there are no costs associated with any of these venues. And then Compass Rose, which you see here in this picture, is our main dining venue throughout the fleet, and it offers American flair and European flair. They change the menu on the chef's side every evening, but there is a very unique portion to the menu where you can pick and choose any types of proteins and sides as you want, mix all the sauces, and create your own meals. There's thousands of different ways to make combinations. I mean, you could have a ribeye steak in this menu every single night, and between its preparation and sides and sauces, you can have a different meal every single evening with us. As I mentioned, we are the most all-inclusive product out there. I've talked a lot about some of these things. So shore excursions are included, unlimited drinks. I mean, our Wells, our Maker's Mark, and Grey Goose, for example, that one-night hotel in our concierge and above, unlimited Wi-Fi, which we do have Starlink throughout the entire fleet. Again, being on board, I was using the Wi-Fi on board. It worked perfectly. I had no issues. Prepaid gratuities. We are a cashless society on board. Tips are included in your fare. You do not need to tip unless you choose to. And really the only areas that you would do any purchasing would be our spa, our boutique, and any donations you make to our casino. Dining is, again, complimentary in all those venues that I mentioned. We also do 24-hour room service, which is spectacular. You can have a meal when you come back from a mid-afternoon tour, or maybe you got back late and you want to just hang out in the room for dinner. We will serve you course by course in your suite from Compass Rose, or you can order off of our room service menu, which has a fantastic selection. There is nothing better than taking a night to yourself, putting on your Regent robe, slipping on your Regent slippers, cracking your balcony doors so the ocean sound and breeze comes through, and watching your favorite shows on our interactive TV, where we offer movies and all sorts of different TV shows and things. Butler service in our penthouse and above. Valet laundry service, which is my favorite. It gives you it removes you the responsibility of having to pack heavy. We will actually do your laundry complimentary on board, wash and press. And it gets delivered back to your suite within 24 hours, and it's absolutely amazing. Again, creating the removal of that responsibility of having to pack heavy and bring so many different items with you. And then unlimited access to our spa facilities, which would be our dry sauna, wet sauna, cold room, hot tubs, etc., which is available to use at all point in times. I will talk about the ultimate all-inclusive fares here in a little bit with our airfare and transfers. But we are a visual company, so we do like to show you what that all-inclusive experience looks like. So here we do have, a checklist of our inclusions against our competitors and a direct competitor on the river side as well. So even though their price points may come out to be better at the starting, overall, the value with Regent is there. And again, we like to show you that so you can see it. And this was just done. We brought this comparison back and have updated it within the last week. So these are all very current. As I mentioned, to talk about the ultimate luxury when it comes to airfare, we do offer all of our inclusions that I just mentioned as a cruise-only fare. but we also offer the ultimate all-inclusive fare, which you can purchase airfare from us. Where that flexibility comes into play is we have contracts on our airfare to travel in the class of service that you desire. If you are focused on budget, you can, we have economy, premium economy. If you are focused on comfort, we have business and first class all the way through international. So the choice is yours on how you would like to travel. And with our airfare, if you purchase the airfare, we always do coach transfers between the airport and the ship. And we have recently added in a black lane component with our partnership. So you will get a $500 credit to use with black lane, so they can pick you up at your home and take you to the airport. We'll pick you up from the airport and take you to the hotel, or from the hotel to the ship, vice versa on the post end of the sailing as well. You can use that black lane credit mid-cruise if you'd like to be taken somewhere that maybe we're not offering. So that's all available to you. And we actually just added this week as well, black lane non-use credit. So if you decide not to use it, you will get a credit up to $500 depending on your particular situation. But this is a really great opportunity for you to have a private luxury chauffeur where we are offering, Yukon Denali's, Escalades, suburban level vehicles which hold up to 4 bags. Overseas would be like Mercedes Sprinter vans, for example. And you're allowed to book this transfer 10 days prior to sailing, up to 10 days post. So this is giving you, if you were to compare us with some of the other entities that offer black lane as well, the value behind our black lane is superior. So again, it's a incredible offer that you get with our airfare, and with that, with all those transfers included, we are essentially sealing the circle, right? It's closing the gap where everything's handled through Regent. We get, you get our backing if anything happens. So we're here for you if you book everything through us. Here we have, so where does all of this happen? It is on the most elegant fleet in the world. We do currently have 6 ships in the fleet. We are releasing one here shortly, which I'm excited to tell you about. The Voyager and the Mariner are actually getting completely refurbished. Mariner in October this year, Voyager at the beginning of 2026. So we are revamping these ships completely. They're going to be brand new. I mean, we're going down to the bare metal and even pulling suites and rearranging things. So it's going to be both will be a completely new ship. Navigator, fantastic as she sits right now. She is our most intimate vessel at 496 guests. She is the only ship in the fleet that is not all suite and all balcony, and I am sad to say that she will be exiting the fleet in October of 2026. So this is a really great opportunity for those of you who have sailed on her in the past to get on her again before that October date to say goodbye as she moves on to her next opportunities. She holds a very special place in my heart. She was the first time I ever took a cruise, which was also the first time I had ever been on an airplane and had ever seen an ocean. So she has a space in my heart for the rest of my life and a spectacular vessel, and she'll be dearly missed. The next that we have in our fleet are the Explorer class vessels, which are the Grandeur, Splendor, and Explorer, all sister ships, very familiar when it comes to structure, but they are very unique when it comes to color palettes, layouts throughout the ship, some of the differences in the categories. They hold up to 750 guests and are all balcony, all suite. And just to kind of give you an idea of what our hardware looks like, I do have a short video of a walkthrough of the Grandeur. mean, she is truly an unbelievable vessel, and we are extremely excited to announce our new ship, the Seven Seas Prestige, which is actually going on sale very soon. The previews of her itinerary season open on June 11th, and she will go on sale June 25th of this year for her inaugural season to start in December of 2026. Things I can tell you about the ship, you probably have seen some things as we do teasers, as we get closer to that preview date. She's going to be an 850 guest ship, which is about a 13% increase over the Grandeur and the Explorer class vessels that we have right now, which is our largest ships in the fleet. But she'll be 40% larger in tonnage. So that 100 guest count will not be felt with the size of the ship. And all that square footage is going to go into new and exciting suites, a new restaurant venue on board the ship, which we'll get to in a moment. Some of the things that we're doing with this vessel, I didn't even think were fathomable for a luxury cruise line or a liner in general. So I can't wait for you all to see some more of the pictures as we continue to tease them over the next few weeks. But quickly, again, I just do have a short video of the Prestige exterior, and have another one of the interior pieces. If you looked very closely, there was some very large wraparound balconies on both the forward and aft portion of the ship. And then again, some very unique categories, which you'll be seeing very soon. And then this here is actually our atrium area and kind of a walk through some of the public spaces. Again, this ship is going to be absolutely stunning. And then also excited to announce that the new restaurant that we're introducing on board Prestige is Azor, which is our new Mediterranean mezza style dining experience, where we're actually going to bring rich cultural tapestries from Europe, Africa, Asia to really create a unique flair in this venue. And as you can see, it's going to be absolutely stunning. And we're excited for Azor to join the fleet on Prestige. As I mentioned previously, the reservations do open up on June 25th. They are previewed on June 11th, and you can actually contact your mower advisor and have them call us to reserve, pre-reserve some space on board the inaugural season. So make sure you go look through the itineraries, reach out to your mower advisor so we can get you on the books for that. Again, an absolutely amazing ship, and we can't wait for you to be on board. Other things that we offer throughout the fleet is our entertainment. We offer Broadway shows, musicians, magicians, all sorts of different entertainment throughout the evening. Obviously, we have our Regent Signature Orchestra, our casino. We do different shows every single night. We bring acts from off ship on board. We bring local acts from these destinations onto the ship. Again, just locally here in Skagway last week, they brought a local musician on, and they did an early pre-dinner show from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. And it was absolutely amazing. So again, we're just those little points that we do with those details that just make us stand apart as a luxury brand. Next, we have Sweet Dreams. Again, the suites on board our ships are destinations within themselves. I mean, this is rivaling any luxury hotel or any other entity in the luxury segment when it comes to sailing all over the world. They're well appointed with the same linens that we use for the European royals and the Vatican. There's luxury bath amenities with Bottega, L'Occitane, and space, the unrivaled space that we offer throughout our categories, holding the largest suite in the industry at 4,443 square feet currently, hint hint with prestige. We were hearing at the water cooler that we're going to have some bigger ones, which is amazing. Here you can see that we have the Grand Suite on board Grandeur. Absolutely stunning space with its nice earthy tones with the tans, the whites, the creams. It is a spectacular space to be in. Here we have the penthouse on board Explorer. This is going to offer butler service, a pillow menu. It'll have a iPad for music and connectivity if you would need to stay connected, and you didn't bring your own personal devices. Great space if someone wants to sit down and read a book while the other takes a nap. You can close those pocket doors and create a living and sleeping space. Absolutely amazing. Over 600 square feet for this venue, or for this suite. Next, we have our concierge suite, which is 436 square feet, and offers a very unique layout when it comes to the Explorer class vessels, and likely with prestige as well, as the bed does face the balcony, giving you the opportunity to wake up to a sunrise every morning, the opportunity to feel the ocean breeze come through your balcony door as you lay there. Again, that TV kind of peels off the wall. You can watch your shows and listen to the ocean, or you know what, push it back, turn it off, open up your blinds, and just take into the destination and the view. As I mentioned before, we are a very visual company. We like to show you how we compare to other luxury entities, and we do that by focusing on premium cruise lines. And what that means is, we do that because of their initial price point, but them not being all inclusive, they do look like they're a hot ticket from the beginning, but with your onboard purchases, you do bring that cost up quite a bit and get really close to what you would already pay for Regent Seven Seas cruises. So here's a really great example of a 10-night Mediterranean sailing. Again, we are more expensive right off the bat, but as you go down the line, our inclusions are all there. As you go down the premium cruise line, you start tacking on those onboard expenses. Even though we do end up being more expensive in this particular situation, you're not sailing with multiple thousands of guests. You're only sailing with up to 750 guests currently. Our crew to guest ratio is very low. I mean, we're at 1.3 to 1.5-ish guests per crew member. That's where that service menu or service attentiveness comes into play. And then that unrivaled space at sea. Again, our entry-level cabins or entry-level suites on most of our vessels are what you would be getting in a penthouse level or a higher level on board some of the premium products. So the value is there. Again, there's no nickel and diming on board. Everything's taken care of. You do not need to show your card for a cocktail. You do not show your card for a specialty venue. If you choose not to purchase anything on board, at the end of a Regent sailing, it's just happy smiles and goodbyes, and we can't wait to see you again. If on a premium product, your last experience is paying for a bill. And the whole point is to relieve yourself of that responsibility, including the financial side. We also like to compare ourselves to luxury 5-star hotels. Again, in this particular situation, we are comparing to a 10-night sailing in the Mediterranean. The difference between these two slides is the first one was per person, and this is a total fare for two. Again, as you go across, we do look like the more expensive option, but as you add in all of those inclusions that we offer, which hotels do not offer for sure, you're spending quite a bit extra with the hotel, especially depending on how elevated you would like your destination and cultural experience to be. This particular situation, we do come out to be a better offering. And I'll kind of explain the type of vacation that we compare these hotels to here in a moment. Now, if you're trying to spend 10 days in Paris, this may not be the option for you. But if you're looking to go from, Rome to Athens to Istanbul and stay a couple days in each, cruising may be the way that you would like to do that, especially with a product that I'm going to explain to you here in a moment. We do visit over 550 worldwide destinations. We pretty much go everywhere besides Antarctica and do expeditions. We do not have any expedition ships, but we do touch everything that you see here, including world cruises. That product that I actually just was mentioning when it comes to our comparison on the hotels are our immersive overnights. These are 7 to 16 night voyages where we touch on 3 to 5 ports and stay in those ports up to 2.5 days. This is going to give you the opportunity to really dive into this destination. It's going to slow you down a lot. With cruising, the reason why a lot of those guests do that example that I mentioned where they go from Rome to Athens to Istanbul is because they want to stay in those destinations longer. And this product here is going to give you that opportunity. It's a really good transition from those types of vacations into cruising because you slow down, you can do your tours throughout the day. You don't have to try to hit everything in that destination in an 8-hour period. You can kind of finish up the next day, again, because we're there for a day and a half, up to 2.5 days. It also gives you that opportunity to see the nightlife in this destination, where we will be offering complimentary tours and Regent Choice excursions that do city highlight tours, evening walking tours. Getting into Regent Choice excursions, we'll have Michelin star dinners with plays and musicals and all sorts of different items included. Here we do have the list that we have currently for our immersive overnights. We are doing a new season launch coming up in July as a teaser for that, and we should have many more of these products of this product and itineraries out for that particular launch. This is also really great for those individuals who have been to these destinations before via cruise and didn't have the opportunity to stay overnight there. So you get to check all the boxes that you may have missed your first time in this destination, and then also have that ability to see the nightlife there, because we all know when the lights go off in Athens, it's a completely different destination. And the greatest thing is all those cruise ships leave and we get to stay. And again, as the locals kind of come out of their homes and do their normal lives, you can immerse yourselves with them. This is also really great for you to relieve yourself of responsibility. Again, with that trip I mentioned where you're staying in Rome, Athens, and Istanbul, you're checking in for flights, you're going down to meet a car. You have responsibility throughout your vacation that you have to pack and unpack every time you get to the hotel. With Regent, we're that one-stop shop. We are your airplane, your car, your shore excursions, your dinner, your nightlife. Everything that we offer included are available on these as well to make it at an ease. And as you move from one destination to another, instead of sitting on an airplane, you can sit in Compass Rose and have a 6-star dining experience as you move to your next destination. So this is a really, really good product, and I hope that some of you will take advantage of that. As John mentioned, we do a lot of groups on board with MOA and MOA members. We do have a few that we would like to mention. So here we have our Marvels of Antiquity. It is on June 3rd of 2026. It is a 10-night Istanbul to Athens on board Splendor. And as John mentioned, with the additional, with the groups, we do have higher shipboard credit. So this one does offer a $400 shipboard credit for booking through the group. This is a really great itinerary. It seems like it's very heavy when it comes to the Mediterranean, which overall it is, but you actually get to dip down and touch Alexandria, Egypt, and see a lot of really great things there. We also are in Kusadasi, Cyprus, Rhodes, Santorini. So it does have that the Black Sea area going down to Egypt and then ending up in Greece, which is an amazing itinerary, and hopefully will check a lot of your travel boxes. Some other groups that we're offering that $400 shipboard credit on are the Grandeur July 22nd of 26, which is a Reykjavik round trip for 10 nights. Mariner March 6 of 26, which is the Auckland to Bali for 18 nights. Splendor of November 29th of 26, which is a Galveston round trip out of Texas for 12 nights. Splendor October 9th, 26, Montreal, New York for 11 nights. And Splendor on May 22nd of 26, which is an Istanbul round trip for 12 nights. This picture here is actually part of that Bali excursion, the second one there on the Mariner. This is the Handara Gates, which is part of the Handara Golf and Resort in Bali. These are traditional, have spiritual significance, an incredible destination to get some amazing photos as you go into the park and the resort area. I mean, these gates represent the balance between a physical and spiritual realms. They symbolize the transition between those two different types of worlds. So again, really unique cultural history that we like to try to spread throughout all of our itineraries. As John mentioned, also we have our MOA offers. So first off, we do have up to a 50% off on select departures. I want to say we did bump it up, John, to 50% or 55%, but maybe not. But these are those fares that John was discussing where you're getting that true discount. This is not marketed out. This is not open to the public, etc. These are 100% exclusive pricings. And as he also mentioned, that 200 per suite shipboard credit on all departures, that is our minimum. So if we're not offering a group or there's not something that Regent's offering promotionally that gets you above that 250, we will put that on every single one of your bookings. As we get into our promotions, we are offering a ambassador offer, which is doubling our ambassador credits. If you have sailed with us before, you have a friend, a family member, maybe you don't want it to keep, maybe you don't have anyone that close to you. It could just be your doctor, your lawyer, your neighbor down the street that you wave at every once in a while, but you know that they would enjoy Regent and Regent fits them as well. Be an ambassador for us and receive a credit for that. As the referrer, you'll get a $500 future cruise credit. Your new guest to the brand will get a $500 bonus savings. And you as the referrer will get that $500 future cruise credit for everyone that you invite. So you can add multiple credits to one reservation. If you are a single, we have an array of single supplement dates out there that are offering a 0%. So there are select dates. Again, we want singles. We love singles. We do cocktail parties. We do meet and greets. We involve you as much as you choose to be involved. We don't want you to feel left out. So we do all of these really great things for your participation to the level of your want of participation. So again, if the date that you're looking at doesn't offer 0%, there are an array of 25, 50, and 75% as well. Last but not least, the sail into summer is an up to 50% off on select 2025 and 26 voyages. And that runs until the end of June. And actually, it's not last but not least. We actually just released a promotion today that I wasn't able to get a slide for, where we are starting tomorrow on select 2025 dates, where there will be an additional $1,000, up to $1,000 shipboard credit. So I apologize that I don't have a slide for that, but that will be available to you as well. And then starting today, and again, a thanks to your service, which we normally run this for 2 weeks, but we're running it for the whole month from May 22nd to June 23rd. We are also doubling the savings for 2025, and this promotion will be available for all of our public offers in combinability. The special select dates that are available to MOA Vacations, there are some restrictions that apply to those, but everything that's open publicly to all accounts, this is combinable with, and it will be combinable with that $1,000 shipboard credit as tomorrow as well. You can earn up to $2,000 for 26 and 27 and up to $4,000 for 25, depending on your length of sailing and the category that you purchase. And before we end this particular webinar today, I do want to leave you with what is a glimpse, a short viewing of what your potential experience can be with Regent Seven Seas Cruises.
Unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable in every way, and forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I'm unforgettable too.
Bring my video back up here. And as John mentioned, as well, if there's anything that you need, you reach out to your Mo advisor, and we're to help. We're here to help as well. So if they may not have the answers, though they are professionals and experts in our product, they can come to me or go to our reservation staff and get everything you need to solve any issues or problems you may have. So we're here to help as well. And that's all I have today.
Fantastic. It seemed like a lot.
It
That's
did.
probably why it's good that it's recorded. So, if, particularly at the end when you went through all of the opportunities to save money, I like ending on this screen. It is a lot, kind of navigating all of the special offers we have. And what we always recommend is send us an email or give us a call, talk to your cruise consultant here at MOA Vacations and let them do the legwork. Kind of tell them where you want to go and when you want to go, and they can look and where the most exclusive sailings are, the group departures, this promotion, that promotion, and come back to you and say this is the best deal because I'm confused. Listening to all the different things we have, and obviously Andrew and I have been doing this for a while. We have a couple of questions. I had a couple points I was going to make before we get to them. If you want to ask a question, if you take your cursor or your finger, if you're on your phone or your laptop or whatever, there should be a little icon at the bottom of the screen that says Q&A, a little conversation box. Just type in your questions. Andrew will answer all the questions you may have. One thing I did want to mention, kind of an unsolicited endorsement. The last 2 years, last year and the year before that I went on vacation with my family, I chose Regent, and I got to tell you, it is a phenomenal product. We probably, I mean, it is the number one cruise line that we book for MOA members. I should say ocean cruise line because obviously there's ocean and river. But as far as the ocean cruise lines, we do a higher volume with Regent than any other cruise line. And a lot of that is because people will move up to it. They have this great thing where they compare a Regent suite to a suite on what the industry calls like the premium or the mass market brands, like your Princesses, your Holland Americas, and stuff like that. And with everything included by Regent, the price is basically the same, even though up front you might have a little sticker shock and say, oh, this is a lot more expensive. It really isn't. And what we have is MOA members who go on Regent, they may try it once and then they go on it year after year. And there's not, a better endorsement than somebody's pocketbook. And somebody who goes on a Regent cruise and then goes on that Regent year after year after that. I mean, what better endorsement could you have? All right. So Andrew, did you see the questions? Because I answered two of them, and I thought it would be fun to see if your answer is the same as mine on the two
Oh, give me one
questions we
second. I
have.
don't see any in the chat. Sorry, is it in
Okay,
the
that's good because I
Q&A?
already answered. So the first question was, they asked about a tire. They said it sounded really fancy. How would you answer the question about a tire on your vessels?
That's great. So that's a really great question. And that perception is, it's a very normal perception of our product, but we are luxury without being snobby about it. So our dress code, we do have a dress code after 6 p.m. No ties, no jackets. None of that is required with Regent or in any of our venues as well. So essentially for men, something with a collar, a polo, a button up. It can be short sleeve as well. with maybe khakis, slacks, and a pair of dress shoes. As long as they're not tennis shoes or open-toed sandals or any of those types of things, it's completely fine. No ball caps, no shorts, etc. For the ladies, pantsuits, blouses, dark pants, sundresses, just a step up in what we call elegant casual. So you're just not no shorts, no tank tops, those types of things after 6 p.m. But prior to that, you are country club casual, and you can wear all your pool gear and everything you'd like.
That's cool. I said no shorts, no t-shirts is I think what I said. But I said the same thing, and I kind of expanded upon it a little bit and said, when we do our family trips every year, we always do cruises. We always go on a family cruise. We always have at least one night where we all dress up because it's like family portrait time. And my daughter just graduated from college, so it's not like, when they're younger and you can just put them in dress clothes and they don't have a say to it. So when you're going to a teenager who's on a cruise and she normally brings a friend with her, it's just like a one night we want to dress up for a photo, and so I bring a sports coat for, I don't wear it. I don't think I've ever worn a tie on a Regent cruise, but if we're going to get together and because it's such a beautiful ship, a great background, great backdrop for photos. So so one night we'll all kind of dress up. But obviously nothing required. So obviously we agree on that. The other one was is somebody asked, do you have a non-alcoholic price for those who don't drink, since drinks are included?
We do not. Because of all the other beverages and dining options that we do include, the price is the same across the board.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of said the same thing. One of the benefits that I always talk, because we've done MOA signature groups before where we have the whole ship and people aren't drinking and you just point out that, or they don't drink a lot, right? There's this perception that I think that you get from some of these mass market cruise lines that it's like spring break and people get on and they just drink and drink and drink. Um, you don't get that on Regent, obviously, but it's the lines that you have. I mean, if you will go up to the bar and every single time they're having to collect payment, get your card, run your card, you sign the ticket every time, you end up with lines. If you can just walk up and say, I want a coffee, or I want, a virgin margarita or whatever that drink, you want a soda. I mean, literally on some of these cruise ships where they have these open bar packages, you can wait in line to get a soda because everybody in front of you is just drinking at excess. So it's since people don't drink that much, I think it's such a small fraction of the price anyway. Okay. Um, oh, okay. Lenny said a lot of the photos showed suits and dresses. They're pictures. So,
Yes,
probably, Andrew, you need to go back to the powers that be and say, maybe a little bit more casual attire. I know a lot
I'll
of the
take that back
photos
for sure.
show it a little bit more casual, but, it's your vacation. I really think the dress codes, I mean, when you sit there and say no shorts and no t-shirts or just, men collared shirts and whatever, you're really talking about, what you'd wear to a restaurant in your hometown, that you'd go to. I mean, most people when they go out to a nicer restaurant, and I'm not even talking about five-star restaurants. I'm just talking nicer restaurants. You're probably not going to wear shorts and t-shirts. So, anyway, it is 2:59, so we're right at an hour, which is where we like to be. So, I want to thank everybody for attending. Obviously, we have the special, where for the next month, where you have those additional dollars. So reach out to us, call us, email us. If you don't have a cruise consultant already, we'll get you to somebody who specializes in Regent. If you have an agent already, reach out to them. But it is the best time right now to book your next Regent cruise. In 31 days, you'll lose out on hundreds, if not of thousands of dollars in savings that you could get by booking in the next 30 days. All righty. Andrew, thank you once again for taking your time to join us today. I'm going to turn it over to you for the last word.
Well, thank you, John. I really appreciate all your time and everyone yours as well. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday weekend. I hope we see you on board in the near future. And like John mentioned, take advantage of these deals. They're not lasting forever. And right now is a great time to book, because especially for 2025. If you're looking to really save and you have the time, booking now is your best bet. So thank you again, and I hope to see you in the next one.
Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.